You hadn't got this one dug yet?
Nope.
What are you doing?
My partner's John.
I am John, yep. I wanted to show you, just real quick, we don't do anything fancy on the distance. You can see the post, the wire is going to pass on this outside and pull this way. All we do is lay down the level. It's a little over a couple of feet, I imagine. And we just lay it down and do that the length. And then we just use pieces of post up at the top. And that's just the distance we like to do. You can set them out as far as you want. You can set them out 3-4 feet. You can put it whatever you want. What we find is when you put your post out here, if it's really, really long, they start to bow. And so the shorter they are, the less likely they are to bow. And so at about 3 feet, it really works pretty well. And all these are pine posts. We get them at a local pine a post place, so we get them at a pretty good discount. And they're treated. That's just what we do. They just don't last in the ground. Pine. When you're doing this, now we're up at the front of the house. Most of our pipes and everything run on the other side of the road, and that's good for us. But that doesn't mean we don't have to be aware. Just behind me, yeah, he's funny, isn't he? Don't drop dirt on my head. Just behind me here is the water meter. So you need to be aware of where your pipes and stuff are. If you're not digging off in the woods, you're digging up, around civilization. So that's something to keep your mind aware of. If you're digging around electrical lines, digging around water lines, you want to go slow because you sure don't want to bust one. And something else to consider when you're doing this is just, aesthetics. Joe is making sure that the fences, he's not pulling out a level or, making sure they're exactly at the same level, but you can tell just by looking at them that they're pretty close. It just makes fence look better. If you put everything kind of at the same height as you go around, I know it's a fence, but it just looks better. So, keep that in mind where the tops are. If you make them short, there's not much you can do about it, but if you make too long, you can chop off the top. And this is plenty of post for my fence, because the highest wire on my fence will probably be somewhere in here. And that's all right. And you can always come back and put bluebird houses on the top of those. Typically your animals, cats and otherwise, won't mess with an electric fence. They get popped in it one time, they don't want no more. So he's already tamping there. All right. Let's see. Let me get up a little bit higher. Oh, come on. All right, I'm shooting right over the top of this cord, and you can see we're at the corner post, and it goes down to the next post. We're going to lay on this corner a post coming this way and then one going that way, and then we'll put the bracing post in the middle of it. So that's where we are. And here what we've used is an old telephone pole. I love to recycle old telephone poles. The post laying down here beside it is a recycled dock post that somebody didn't want in their lake anymore, and this one too. But they're still good and will serve us well. All right, we're here on the corner post with Joe, and we're going to take you through a step-by-step. So the first thing you got to do when you're on the corner is make sure that you've laid your string and that it goes on the outside there, because you want the post to touch that string, and so that's all good, and it goes down the next direction. That'll give us the right angle. So the first thing we want to do is, following the string, we want to put down our measure. So Joe, would you do that? Go ahead and lay that down. The level. This will give us our distance, and he's going to line up on that string. Just get on top of it and look down and make sure it's at the right angle. You can pretty much tell, and then you just do a big hole until it's right. You just need the hole kind of in a general place. The hole's going to be at least 2 times as wide as the post if you're going to really get it to kiss up without pushing or anything on the string. So that looks pretty good. Mark it, and then I'll come dig it, and that's what we're going to do next, is just dig the hole. we've now got our post dug. It's roughly the same height here. We've got it level on this side, and now we're going to fill the hole in and temp it with our stick. It's kissing the string. Well, it was. It's not anymore, is it?
Like you're kissing your sister.
Yeah, like you're kissing your sister. No, that's, you're watching too much Madagascar too. Alright, what we did was we leveled it on two sides, and because, like I say, the posts are a lot of times curved, so on these round posts we just level them on two sides. Any two sides doesn't matter, but we got it close enough to the post, it's going to be okay. And then we just tamp it down a little bit, and you can see it's going to be plenty strong. By the time we brace it here, it'll keep that post from coming this way, and then the other one will keep it from going that way. So recycle posts and a level, a tamping stick, and a post hole digger. And I guess if you got a tractor and all that good stuff, you can dig them in any type of soil, but we prefer to work a lot by hand if we can. All right, let's get the other one.